Hey guys, welcome back! This week I bring you a 1984 DOS game that was the first title played by this little girl that 24 years later became my wife and the mother of my 5-year-old kid that, as you can see, is already following the steps of his father. Let's take a look.
Game designer, programmer and author Bill Williams already left us in 1998, one day before he completed 38 years old. He was known back in the 80s as one of the most creative and innovative game designers, developing some memorable Atari 8-bit and Amiga video games. But the one that I recall the most is Alley Cat, that I didn't play much back then. The game was an original concept by a former hacker, John Harris, most famous for his awesome Frogger port for home computers in 1982 and published by Sierra that gained the magnetic media rights. However, he wasn't convinced with how Alley Cat was becoming, so he handed the project over to Bill Williams that turned it into a finished product. We control Freddy, not that one, Freddy the cat, and our goal is to reach Felicia, his love. To achieve that apparent simple goal, we have to take Freddy through a series of tasks. Cat stuff, like catching tasty birds, eating all the fish within a giant fishbowl while avoiding those nasty electric eels, catch some mice that inhabit this huge slice of cheese, eat dogs' food without waking them, pushing vases from a cabinet, etc. Right at the beginning, we're presented with this tall fence that hides an apartment building. By jumping through the opened windows, Freddy enters a particular apartment room to face one of those previously mentioned tasks. Within some rooms there's annoying broomsticks that chases Freddy. To avoid being chased, we have to make footprints on the floor to keep the broom busy. The faster we complete each task, the more points are rewarded and the closer we get to our loved one. So, right after a minigame is completed, we get back to the alley and by re-entering an opened window, we'll get the chance to play the Love Cat game. The goal is to reach the lady cat on the top row of hearts while avoiding other cats and Cupid's arrows that are thrown at us. After the mating process, we gain an extra life and the gameplay repeats itself for 30 levels of increased difficulty. The original game was released in 1983 by Synapse Software for Atari 8-bit family of home computers. A year later, was also made available for IBM PCs. I slightly remember its theme song, but this was a game that never grabbed my complete attention. My wife, on the other hand, along with her sister, would sneak around their father's office to play Alley Cat on an IBM-compatible computer. She was really hooked to this little game, cause she loved cats so much. In late 2006, an improved version was made available. It was redesigned by Fabio Moro from Asset Games, that even baptized it as Alley Cat 2 and is available for free on this website. Recently was also announced a ZX Spectrum port of Alley Cat. This is still on a very early alpha stage, but it looks quite nice. Looking forward for its final release. This video is dedicated to my wife that, exactly 5 years ago, gave birth prematurely to our son. Both of their lives were at risk. She developed a so-called HELP syndrome, and our little boy needed to be immediately removed. So, she gave birth almost 3 months before it was supposed to. He weighed just 720 grams and fought bravely during the following 90 days that he stayed in the ICU. His mother was also a fighter, and both of them are my heroes. Love you guys. Hope you've enjoyed this episode of the Pixel Thing. This time of the year is a really sensitive and touchy thing to me. It feels so good to see that despite all the harsh initial times, everything is nowadays really well, and I am truly and forever grateful to have such a beautiful family. Thanks also to all of you guys for your continuous support by simply watching these memories that I really enjoy to share with you all. Thank you so much, and I'll see you all next week.